Hundreds of entrepreneurs battle to be on Money Hunt.
I produce children's and infants apparel and home furnishings. My business plan calls for $2 million. We will use that money.
I'm Ron Walters of the Coffee Review and now greatcoffee.com. Our business plan calls for $10 million to be used primarily.
We are an online retailer of children's products, and my business plan calls for $15 to $20 million in funding to be used for marketing.
I'm Bill Dacre with Cool Mountain Beverages, a unique soda manufacturer. Our business plan calls for $500,000 in working capital.
Only 2 will make our show, and only 1 will win time with our Money Hunt Mentor. Stay tuned. Money Hunt is brought to you by Excite. Money Hunt is also made possible by Register.com, a first step for businesses and individuals starting their presence on the internet. And Jordan Industries, acquirers and builders of entrepreneurial ventures in a variety of industries.
Welcome to Money Hunt. I'm Miles Spencer. Being a successful entrepreneur means being able to step it up to the next level. It takes a total belief in your idea, your company, and in yourself. So let's find out who's got what it takes, because it's time to play Money Hunt.
Hi, I'm Cliff Ennico. We challenge entrepreneurs from around the country to come on this show and prove to us that they've got the right stuff. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. At the end of the show, we pick one of our guests to receive some free help and guidance from our Money Hunt mentor.
That would be John Bello, co-founder and chief executive officer of SoBe Beverage Company. 25 years experience brand building and in marketing. John established that company in 1995. He's also known as the Lizard King. John, thanks for coming on Money Hunt.
Probably Lizard of Oz is a better name.
There you go. We're going to see some food and beverage companies on today's show. What are you looking for from them?
The ability to brand. We're dealing with commodity products here. One happens to be a new technology. One's a beverage company, and we know how competitive that is. You got to have branding or the ability to create a power brand, because that's what will give you the key to success and bring consumers into your franchise.
Sounds great.
Okay, let's rock. Our first guest is someone who was on our show last season, an old friend, Ron Walters of Coffee Review, who's backstage right now with Money Hunt's Margot Lee.
Ron, welcome back to Money Hunt.
Thanks for inviting us back.
Any big changes in your company since we last saw you?
Absolutely. We've moved the company from Connecticut to California, and we've grown a lot.
And what are you looking to get from your performance here today?
We're just looking forward to sharing our progress with the Money Hunt team.
Ron, the door's opening. Good luck with your pitch on Money Hunt.
Thank you.
Ron Walters of Coffee Review, San Francisco, California, has found a way to rate coffee beans similar to the way you would rate wines. Ron, welcome back to Money Hunt.
Thanks very much.
Before we talk about where you are today, why don't you give us just a quick reminder of who you are and what you do?
Sure. In 1996, we started an estate coffee company with the idea of bringing concepts from the wine industry to the coffee industry. In 1997, we launched a website called The Coffee Review, which, as you described, essentially does blind ratings of coffees like other people have done with wines.
Now, as Cliff mentioned, you'd been on a previous show, and we saved some videotape. You made some bold predictions there. Why don't we cue it up to the screen? We can listen to it, and we'll see how you've done since then. What deals have you cut with folks to generate traffic to that site? Because that's what's going to make all the difference in the world.
Absolutely. Without naming the specific companies, that's a huge priority for us. Getting the distribution such the awareness goes up, and we sort of build the high ground for ourselves.
What do you have to offer to one of those search engines?
Well, it's not necessarily search engines. It could be online retailers of gourmet products, for example. I'm sure you could name some high-profile ones. You mentioned wine. They're very interested. As a matter of fact, we're talking with them as we speak about possibly having deals where we become the experts for them, provide them with a turnkey coffee service.
Now, your plan calls for $70 million in sales in 2002. Is that a little aggressive?
I don't think so at all. Obviously, none of us have crystal balls, but That won't all go through our site. For example, partnerships with key online retailers will be very important. We don't think we're going to do 70 million in sales directly through our site.
Great, Juan. One of the things that you said was generating traffic to the sites. What have you done since then in terms of progress?
Since I was last here, traffic's gone up by about 5 or 6x, so we've been growing quite quickly. But like you said last time, getting some key partnerships is important for us. A couple of the ones I can mention: American Express, Ascendant is another large retailer in internet and mail order. And actually our largest potential partner is looking to acquire us, so it's going well.
Good start. That would be a great update. One of the other things that was mentioned, 70 million sales in 2002. Pretty aggressive. How you tracking?
Well, last year was about 150,000 in sales. This year will be $1 million or more. Hard to figure because the end of the year is always a peak.
Sure.
So we're on track. And like I said, with this potential acquirer, the 70 million would not be a problem at all.
There you go. Now, you brought a presentation that shows on your computer screen there your current website. Why don't we look at that for a second? This is your coffee review site, is that correct?
Exactly. When we first came here about a year ago, it was a very different version. This is the latest incarnation of the coffee review, where we have...
you got your world-class cupper up front there.
We do. That's Ken Davids. He's, if people are familiar with wine, that's the Robert Parker of coffee.
Okay, how do you keep somebody in front? How do you keep Ron Parker in front of people's consciousness in terms of coffee reviews? I mean, what makes him so great? Why does he have such a reputation?
He helped start the coffee industry back in the 1970s. You know, with prior to Starbucks, he was sort of the original writer and specialty coffee guy.
Even tougher question, Ron. You obviously place a lot of reliance on him. What happens if he gets hit by the proverbial bus? I mean, what kind of backup do you have?
Yeah, well, good question. I mean, we've started to build the brand Coffee Review as opposed to just Kenneth Davids. So we also have a panel of 12 cuppers. So God forbid something ever happened to Ken. We do have 12 people that are highly qualified. Maybe not a brand name, but certainly can carry on the tradition.
So it has to have backup reviewers.
I have a question for you. Coffee, I worked in coffee at Maxwell House, and the trends have been down in coffee, and I think Starbucks has regenerated it. It's the ultimate commodity, but it also has an aspect that it can be a lifestyle product as well. What do you have, both in your e-commerce site and with your coffee branding, that's proprietary and unique to you that you can ultimately sell on an exit?
Sure. Well, the coffee industry has been on the decline. The specialty coffee industry has been booming. It's growing at sort of 7 to 10% even now. Proprietary things, we're working with a couple farms to actually carry their coffee exclusively. We're also working with suppliers